Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and in this video I want to talk about NVIDIA's new graphics card, the Titan V, a super high-end GPU that probably is out of the price range for most people, myself included, but I still wanted to give you guys an update on that. Also want to give you guys an update on the Game Awards. There was a bunch of cool stuff announced and trailers shown for various games, a lot of them coming to PC, so I want to cover what was announced on that as well. But first of all, what you guys probably care about is the new Titan V, and this is just an insane GPU. We'll talk about the price in a little bit. Let's go over the specifications. So this is straight off NVIDIA's website, and you can buy this GPU right now off the NVIDIA store. The NVIDIA Titan V has the power of 12 gigabytes of HBM2 memory and 640 tensor cores, delivering 110 teraflops of performance, plus it features Volta-optimized NVIDIA CUDA for maximum results. It's got 5,120 CUDA cores, a 1200 megahertz base clock, a 1455 megahertz boost clock, an 850 megahertz memory clock. Recommended is a 600 watt power supply, so that's pretty low end for a GPU of this stature. And you'll need one 6-pin and one 8-pin power connector, dual slot form factor, of course. Now, why this GPU is insane is because it comes at the reasonably hefty price of $2,999. Wow, that is an expensive GPU. Probably not a GPU that's in most gamers' price range. You can build an entire high quality 1080p gaming PC for like a fifth of that price, but obviously this GPU is for like 4K gaming. It's being promoted as the most powerful PC GPU ever created, and right on the website their tagline is NVIDIA Titan V is the most powerful graphics card ever created for the PC, driven by the world's most advanced architecture, NVIDIA Volta. NVIDIA's supercomputing GPU architecture is now here for your PC and fueling breakthroughs in every industry. Again, $3,000, absolutely insane, but I'm sure this is going to offer insane performance for your quality 4K gaming. An absolutely insane GPU. I know on my channel I typically cover budget stuff, but whenever something like this is announced, I like to talk about that as well. But hopefully this does set the table for the 1100 series cards, and I think the most interesting takeaway of this GPU, forget the fact of buying it, because I know 99% of you aren't even looking at this GPU, it's not feasible for you. As for myself, probably higher than 99%. I think the most interesting takeaway is the fact that it's only recommending a 600 watt power supply, and usually if you do want, you can get away with a little bit lower than the recommended power supply. So hopefully with the 1100 series GPU, the 1150 and the 1160, you're probably going to be able to get away with very low wattage power supplies. That's already the case with the 10 series GPUs, but I just think that's really great that the recommended power supplies is just getting lower and lower. That's pretty cool because that's an area where you can actually save a little bit of money. So that's always nice. But yeah, Titan V is announced, available right now. I'll leave a link to it if any of you guys want to buy it. I know most of you guys probably won't, but yeah, $2,999, quite expensive, but you do get free shipping, so there's that. Also want to quickly go over a lot of the things that were announced at the Game Awards yesterday. A lot of various games, trailers for existing titles, so want to talk about some of these games. Metro Exodus got a brand new trailer. That game looks awesome. I am a big fan of the Metro games. Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light were terrific first-person shooters, and if you have yet to play those games, those are games that look amazing on PC. Two really good games to test out your PC. They're a little bit older, so at this point they're easier to run, but they still look amazing on PC. If you play it on 1080p or 1440p, if you max it out, it's still a pretty demanding game and it looks great. So play those two games, then check out everything about Metro Exodus because this game looks great. It's supposed to take the series to a more open world approach, not necessarily an open world as in like an open world RPG like Skyrim, but it's supposed to be less linear. Also, we got an announcement of Soul Calibur 6 coming to PC. I know fighting games aren't an integral part of PC, but recently with games such as Tekken 7 and Injustice 2, we have been getting some quality fighting game experiences on PC, and hopefully Soul Calibur 6 follows that trend. The main issue on PC and fighting games is that the community really doesn't last that long. It'd be great if these games had crossplay. For an example, I'm a big fan of the BlazBlue games, absolutely love their styles. I'm a big fan of the Guilty Gear games as well, but those games are just not very active on PC, and it's hard to find games, and that does kind of suck. Takes a lot out of fighting games on PC, but a lot of titles such as Tekken 7, when I played that game when it was released, it did have an active community, and right now, I just looked it up, there are 2,600 people in Tekken 7. That's not a lot of people, but probably enough where you can find a game. And a lot of fighters these days, games like Tekken 7 and your Injustice 2s, they are also implementing quality single-player components, so you have that as well. By the way, Tekken 7 is actually 50% off right now for $25, so if you want to check that out, go ahead. That's available on Steam. And I think one of the coolest new games that have been announced is a new game called Witchfire. Witchfire. It's a dark fantasy shooter with some very unique presentation, and it looks to be very story-driven, and it seems to be a very dark game with some interesting design choices. Visually looks very impressive, and this game is actually coming from the guys that also did The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, and that was a very narrative-focused game. This is also a first-person shooter, and some of the developers that worked on Bulletstorm and Painkiller are also working on Witchfire. So this is a game to keep your eyes on. There's no exact release date for the Witchfire, but it's officially confirmed for PC and Steam, and that's the only platform it's announced for at this point. I'm sure if the game performs well on PC, they'll bring it over to consoles as well. That's what they did with The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't do that here. And also, Witchfire is running on Unreal Engine 4. That's what's powering these pretty solid visuals, so very excited for Witchfire. This is quickly becoming one of my most anticipated games, because while it's very different than The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, I know that studio is pretty talented, so this could turn out to be a sleeper hit. That's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the Titan down below in the comments section. Like I said, I'll leave a link for that if you guys want to pick that up. And let me know what games that were announced at the Video Game Awards that you're the most excited for. I know we also had trailers for games such as Death Stranding, so if you want to share your thoughts on those, feel free. And if you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.